Who am I? Such a simple question, 3 little words. And yet, I find I am unable to summon an answer. I've awoken surrounded by metallic wreckage, the bright thunderclap of my arrival echoing away across a vast, rapidly cooling crater. From before this ruin, I remember little. I recall scattershot visions of monstrosity. I was something inhuman. And yet now I seem to be simply a man, vulnerable and exposed. Why that should surprise me, I cannot say. What was I before, and what am I now? I stumble about, lost in Stygian darkness, raw flesh raked by an icy gale. A stark cold jolts something loose in my mind. Betrayal? Murder? Madness? What had I done? What had I become? A wretched being. A monster. I fall to my knees in the freezing wind. Better to let it end here with some semblance of humanity intact. I feel myself finally slipping into nothingness, as it should be, and then...
No, Edmund, you won't die here. I won't let you.
A renewed vigor courses through me. A will to survive. And more than that, to perpetuate. My first goal is to escape the brutal chill. Somehow I have managed to fashion a crude shelter using scavenged debris still warm from the recent impact. Crawling inside, I curl around the vital organs at my core, desperate to raise my body temperature. Only then do I allow myself to slip into feverish delirium. And finally, the peace of darkness. Until the nightmares begin. I can recall only shattered fragments of what came before. In fitful bouts of sleep, enormous tentacles reach for me from a terrible abyss. Spine-covered appendages lashing away pieces of my soul. I can almost glimpse a golden light behind it all, struggling to break through that darkness. But there is no daylight to separate my delusions from rationality. Scrambling about for any of the tools necessary for survival, I wonder why I cling so tightly to my sanity. Surely it would be easier to simply become insensate, to let my baser instincts pilot me through this storm. Yet I fight on to sift through the cold ashes of my memories, trying to grasp hold of the last threads tying me to the world of men. Every scintilla of my former identity that I manage to rekindle is infinitely precious to me. That fire must be shielded from these harsh climes and fed until it can light my way forward. The memories arrive in waves, crashing with vivid images onto the shore of my mind, each time bringing new torments as I see my many failures laid out before me. A life lived on a world long since dead, as a once heralded scientist. I see a daughter I could not save. My darling little girl, my little girl, lifeless. How I failed you, Charlotte. I failed you. Your innocent eyes will never leave me. And then, a second life, on vast islands in the sky. A friend, Helena. She cared so deeply and understood so very much. And yet these new technologies, new possibilities, I began to realize that the failures of my first life need not define me forever. Great things were possible.
Yes, remember, Edmund, you can indeed be great again. Your weakness need not be your destiny.
Who are you?
In reply, I hear only the howling wind and see the void of darkness from which it emanates. I suppose I have my answer. As I make my way out of the wreckage, what I witness chills me far more than this unceasing, pitiless wind. Monstrosities. Purple-hued revenants, shambling about, seemingly immune to these harsh climes. They disgust me, and yet they also intrigue me. There's something so familiar about them.
That's because they are your children, Edmund.
My children? Charlotte was my tender child. I have no other.
Don't play coy. Surely as a scientist, you're able to put the pieces together. I know you can.
What do you know about me?
I am you, Edmund, as you really are.
I'm a man. Just a man, a father, a scientist, a friend.
You are so much more than that.
No, I don't want it.
You have never wanted anything more.
Please, I can't be that again. I can't.
But you will.
I'm afraid.
And that is why you will find your way back to me. Not the mortal flesh of the one, but the eternal seeds of the many.
Shutting the wretched voice away, I take my first tentative steps out of the crater. Miraculously, the roving purple cretins do not attack. Their teeming crowds part before me almost out of deference, as if for royalty. Purple pools of bubbling liquid seem to vibrate in anticipation as I hesitantly approach. I recognize my Edmundium. Perhaps. No, I must not think of it. But as I step over the ridgeline, I see the blood-red glow rising from the great vista beyond, and realize at once how dangerous this place truly is. The source of that mysterious glow in the storm turns out to be a dystopian mockery of human civilization erupting from the ice. Its population of mindless thralls bows under the yoke of a seemingly omnipotent king.
Given time, you could wield such power. Power over death, and the power to give life.
No, this is blasphemy made manifest. These automatons offer themselves up to their demonic lord in profane ceremonies punctuated by ecstatic screams. I must escape this dark dominion before I fall prey to that terrible, omnipresent will.
Must you? This is merely another challenge for you to research and solve.
The air in this necropolis tastes like rust. No. Blood. The toxic red phosphorescence of this place burns my bones from within. The scarlet strain of Edmundium circulating through these arcane machines seems to act at odds with the variety I use to alter and empower my own creations. It's as if these two substances were inverse forces, one cancelling the other.
Yes, you're beginning to understand. Now, how might you weaponize that mutual opposition?
The devil ruling this frozen hellscape seems to have detected my incursion of his kingdom. But what can I do to keep his forces at bay, and how long could I hold out here at the fringes of his awareness?
Confrontation is inevitable, of course. You must prepare for that.
My meager stores of life-sustaining Edmundium are finite, and an impenetrable wall composed of this realm's red energy makes any escape to the outside world unlikely.
Perish any thought of retreat or surrender, Edmund. Your only path to survival is to advance upon the denizens of this scarlet realm, learn their secrets, and then take what they have. Use their knowledge and resources to become stronger, to expand, and to conquer. Your children will fight for you. Command them to advance.
Hearing this wretched voice is surprisingly like a balm to my frayed mind. And I know that without it I would surely die here. But if I am to heed its entreaties, would I follow the same path as before? Would I become that abomination once again? Do I wish to live or to die? Should Edmund Rockwell pay for his many sins through penance? Or through oblivion? I breathe deeply, then I take a step forward and hope that this time my defenses will hold. I will make them hold. I woke this morning crying over my lost daughter. Those tears still sting my eyes as I work to conscript every local creature within reach to aid in my defense. They bend so easily to the will of the Edmundium, just as before, twisting into new forms as quickly as my thoughts conjure them into being.
They serve your will. They would die for their master.
What am I doing? I once lost my senses in a quest to bring poor Charlotte back to me, and then I betrayed those closest to me.
The rulers of this realm are unbound by such petty moralities. Do not think to confront them while you are lost in such solipsistic quivering. Banish all regrets, Edmund, for sentimentality accomplishes nothing.
The wretched voice is right, of course. My pitiable forces won't hold back the devil's hordes for long. But I am no mere animal to be domesticated, nor preyed upon.
No animal indeed. Soon you can show them what true power is.
Yes, they underestimate me at their peril. They all have.
Death wings its way toward you, even now. You can feel it out there, that hatred curdled over millennia. It's coming for you, and quickly. What will you do?
I do feel it. The Reaper. She is coming to claim me. What can I do? I am only one man. A weak man at that.
Once you were something so much more. 1 billion lives within you. Do you remember the Edmundium singing in your veins? How you played with the furnace of life itself? How all of creation was at your fingertips?
I remember. So many possibilities. I could be everywhere. And everything. But then there was so much torment. And the voices. I lashed out without thought. Hurt allies. Made mortal enemies of my friends. I killed her. I did it. Oh God.
What is one life compared to the infinite possibilities of creation? You have the means to arm yourself again with the power to defeat all of your enemies, to burn away the encroaching darkness.
At what cost?
Everything. But I am here for you. I always have been. I am the reason you survived the slums of London when they all set upon you like a wounded dog. I'm the strength you use to escape predation on the island. I taught you the secrets of Edmundium in the violent caverns of that aberrant ark. And I will save you now, if you let me in. Yes.
The devil overlord of this realm has set his queen enforcer on me.
Trust in the plan.
She is a fearsome vision in unholy armor, menace incarnate, an impossibly tall, winged Valkyrie. Why does her relentless, bloodthirsty determination remind me of someone I once knew?
Pawns to queen.
She slashes her way through my defenses. Mutant and revenant alike fall before her flashing crimson scythes. In the heart of the impact crater, I brace for her arrival.
Here comes the endgame.
She seizes me up in her claws without a word, lifts me off my feet. Her helmet opens to expose fangs that she sinks into my soft throat. In my agonized struggle, I feel her realize, too late, that I've seeded my own lifeblood with indigo Edmundium. It proves disagreeable to her own red life force.
Move and counter move.
She drops me in disgust, tries to spit out the purple poison burning her from within. As I hasten to staunch my bleeding, I watch the Demon Queen take to the sky in a desperate attempt to fly back to her master, her erratic movement signaling her blighted state.
Check, Your Majesty.
I did not bother to rebuild while awaiting a diplomatic overture, and my opponent did not keep me waiting long.
Your gambit has worked, Edmund.
An envoy has arrived to pledge His Majesty's willingness to cease hostilities and to invite me to his stronghold to discuss terms. Despite all the arcane knowledge at his disposal, the Devil King must not know how to cure his queen.
Even now, she must be writhing in agony in one of his towers. Savor your triumph.
He will suffer me to live only as long as he still needs me to cure her.
The adversary knows you have found his weakness.
I suspect we will not enjoy each other's company. Such close proximity of our contrary forms of Edmundium should make for an uncomfortable meeting of the minds.
Good. He should suffer as we have.
They all should. Yes, I know now why I listen to you, wretched voice. Without you, I am just a man. I can be tormented. I feel regret and grief, love and pain and guilt. Those things, those simple human frailties which have weakened me since I took my first unsteady steps onto this grim earth. I can simply let them all go. Because with you, I